Hey guys, and welcome to today's vlog. I just finished straightening my hair. I tried to look a little bit more presentable for you guys because I saw my hair looked awful in the last vlog. I haven't gotten a haircut since last year because of the pandemic, but I'm at the point where I think I have to. I think I just have to go get it cut. The ends are really bad. When I'm brushing my hair, they just start to snap off at the ends. So I think that once that starts to happen, you know, you're like, you should have got your hair cut 6 months ago. So probably gonna have to do that. I might look and see if I can get a hair appointment in a couple minutes. So it is like 2 o'clock, I think. I started the vlog kind of late. I tried to like tidy up a bit because the house was such a mess. Whenever I do decorating and stuff like that, the house just kind of gets chaotic. I still haven't done the table setting. We put up the garland that I still need to adjust. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's new here. Not that these updates are like very exciting or anything because I do the same thing pretty much every year. I really need a coffee so bad. I had a coffee this morning, but it wore off hours ago. I really need another pick-me-up. And I know it's not good to drink coffee often because it does increase anxiety. Fortunately, I haven't had coffee-related anxiety in a long time. Knock on wood, because especially during the holidays, I cannot function without coffee during the holidays. So I'm waiting for Sebastian to get out of a meeting. He has meetings basically until 2 o'clock every single day. He works with a lot of people on the East Coast of the United States. So they kind of end work around 5 o'clock, which is 2 o'clock our time. And that's usually when we go grab our coffee. So it's my routine. I think it might be, what time is it actually? 2:15. I wonder if I'm gonna get my new phone today. Sebastian and I ordered the new iPhone Pro Max. I'm probably in the minority. I know a lot of people get really excited for phone releases, but honestly, I've been kind of dreading getting a new phone because I get very attached to certain things. So for instance, not having a home button is gonna probably drive me nuts. I actually got this iPhone 8 after the new phones came out where you have the facial recognition, and I got it specifically because I didn't want to give up a home button. I haven't wanted to give up the home button, but now I have to. My phone has gotten really slow, and I feel like every time there's a new phone, Apple slows down my battery. I think a couple years ago, they had to admit they reduced the battery life or something like that. We went to the mall for the first time since the pandemic hit yesterday. We went to the Apple store. The whole process to go into the store now was crazy. You have to have a reservation. I guess it makes sense because all of their products are pretty much things that you'll handle. So they want to make sure that they can keep them sanitized and stuff. But we had to do a drop-in and tell them the reason we were going to the store. We had a sales associate actually walk us to the area we were looking for phone cases. They had almost nothing in stock, which was very unlike Apple. It's so crazy. I'm wondering, when is life going to return to something that resembles a little bit more of what we consider normal? I could have never imagined that this is how this year would go. I think I was looking forward to 2020 more than anything because I was thinking new decade, new opportunities, new chances, it's gonna be amazing. And then no. I think January 1st actually is when I found out about the virus. I signed up for outbreak Google alerts and things like virus outbreak alerts. After the whole like Ebola scare, I started to pay more attention to possible pandemic situations or epidemics. I want to be prepared for any situation. So that's also why when the pandemic hit, I was already quarantining. We started to get cases pretty early on. I think like the middle of January is when we started to get coronavirus cases here. And no one knew at that point how serious it was. So I was like, I just don't really want to risk it. Sebastian's ready to go grab coffee. Get my little pick-me-up. And I had a question about what kind of coffee I get from Starbucks, like my exact order. So I will show you guys when we go there my exact order for what I get because it's so good and I'm so obsessed with this. I feel like everyone should try it at least once. This is my drink. I get a venti chestnut praline latte with extra whip, extra creme brulee topping, which normally doesn't come on it, but I ask for this. And then I get extra praline topping, non-fat, and ristretto. Ristretto makes it taste more like better tasting coffee, if that makes sense. These are the creme brulee bits. They're kind of like chunks of hard caramel. And then this is the praline topping, this kind of crumble. They're so good. So back home now, I just booked myself a hair appointment. My hair is garbage right now, so I'm nervous that when I get my hair cut, my stylist is gonna be like, what am I working with here? But I'm also really nervous because I booked a balayage appointment as well. So I'm gonna get my hair highlighted, and I have not colored my hair or done anything in, I think, 6 years. I feel like it was 2014 the last time I had any color in my hair. I'm just so bored with the color. This is probably the only way you guys even know me because I've always had this hair color. So I was on Instagram looking to see who I wanted to have cut my hair because I've gone to one person at this salon before, but I just kind of wanted to see if there's anyone who did any cuts that I really liked. And it's kind of hard to tell because most of the people who they take photos of have curled hair, so you can't really see what the cut looks like. But I saw a couple pictures of really incredible balayage, like the most beautiful balayage, and I'll just show you guys because I'm bad at describing this. The hair looks so beautiful. I feel like the camera is not really doing it justice, but it is so pretty. I love how natural it looks, but it also just looks very beachy, but still looks like this could be just sun-kissed and super natural looking. This is exactly what I would want to go for. So I'm really, really excited. I'll probably ask for something maybe like this, just some dimension, but also still really natural. I had a question about the sweater I was wearing in the last video. It looked like this, but it's white. It's basically exactly the same. They're both from Abercrombie. I'll probably be living in these for the holiday season because they're so comfortable. It's like this soft fleece here, and I don't know what kind of fabric this is, but I feel like I'm such a cartoon character. I think I've said this before. When I like something, I'll want to go buy it in like every color and just wear it every day. That's kind of how I am with things. I'll see a sweater and I'll be like, oh, that's so beautiful. I love how that looks on. And then I'll go buy it in a couple different colors and then just live in that one look. When you go into my closet, it's like when you see in cartoons when they open their closet and it's just all the same outfit. That's kind of how my closet looks. It's like a ton of different things in maybe a like variation of a color, but oftentimes I will even buy repeats of the same thing that I like just so that I have many of them. If one of them gets a hole or a stain or something, then I have a backup, and just that's how I am. If I love something, I live in it. So I'm going to be working on some things for my DIY video, and I'm hoping I will be able to make a lot of progress in that video tonight. Every year, I tell myself I'm going to plan better. I'm going to make sure I have all of the DIYs done early in November. That way I don't stress about it. What I do for my DIYs is I will look for inspiration. I'll go to different store websites, Pottery Barn, Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters, or any of the places that I like to shop, and I will look for inspiration for the things that I want to make. But because I usually like to make it my own, I run into problems because I'm like, I don't have the entire idea fleshed out, or I don't know if it's gonna work, or I don't know how I'm going to be able to completely do something. But the reason it takes so long to actually do these videos is because I don't know how to make a lot of the things that I want to make, or in theory want to make. And then it requires me to actually test these things out first, or tweak them, make them, and then figure out where my downfalls are and then redo it and make it better. So I'm kind of going through that right now. I'm trying to figure a couple of the DIYs out. Anyway, sorry, long rambly thing. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's a little later. We're gonna go grab some stuff for dinner. I was watching one of my older videos. It's so hard for me to go back and watch old videos because any footage of my dog is just like so, like I love the footage because I have that footage forever, but it's so hard on me emotionally to see those old videos. I think about him just all day long, and I don't think that's ever gonna go away because I loved him so much. So anyways, I'm not gonna make this a depressing part of the vlog, but I was watching an old video from Vlogmas and we made grilled cheese, and I was like, wow, I really want to have a grilled cheese for dinner. So I've been craving it ever since then. So we're gonna go pick up some stuff to make dinner, but I think I'm going to make Monte Cristo instead of a grilled cheese. And a Monte Cristo typically has ham. I think it also either has turkey or ham. So we're gonna pick up some sliced turkey, but we're gonna have that obviously instead of the ham. And I'm going to maybe make it kind of a doctored up Monte Cristo because I'm going to add Parmesan cheese on the outside. Okay, so we're back home now, and I figured I would haul the stuff I grabbed while we were out. We thought we were going to go to the grocery store for like one thing, and then we ended up picking up a bunch of stuff. But I picked up some more of these curly macaroni noodles. These are called Serpentini. Got 2 packages of those because this has been the year of macaroni and cheese for me. I find it so comforting, and because everything's just been so much chaos this year, I've been gravitating towards comfort food. I grabbed some truffle oil. This is from 𝐂𝐈𝐿𝐊𝐿. We got some honey maple turkey breast. I grabbed this because I thought maybe it would taste closer to ham, and when I was younger I loved Monte Cristos with ham. I've never had it with turkey, but I'm hoping it's going to be a good enough substitute. We grabbed some 𝐒𝐈𝐊𝐄, which is German gingerbread. We talk about this stuff every year. One thing I am excited to try is this one here. It's milk chocolate 𝐒𝐈𝐿𝐄, so gingerbread with milk chocolate on the top. Normally the stuff that Sebastian's mom sends us from Germany has dark chocolate on it. I don't normally like the dark chocolate ones, so it usually looks like this, but I do like milk chocolate, so hopefully I'll like that. This one is, I think it's half the glaze and half chocolate. If you guys are new here and you have not tried German gingerbread, you're missing out. It's not at all like North American gingerbread. So tender and fluffy and just has like a nice chew to it. We got some broccoli cheddar soup. This is what we're gonna have for dinner, maybe just a little bit of it. Sebastian got some quality marzipan, and this is dark chocolate covered marzipan. I'm not really into marzipan. I wanted to love marzipan. I read this book when I was younger, and it was called The Kindertransport, and it kind of made me not obsessed with in a positive way, but I was very taken by all of the events with the Holocaust, and I spent like so many years reading about the Holocaust because I was just like so horrified with humanity. But this book I read, the girl in the book, the main character, she loved marzipan cakes, and every year for her birthday she would have a marzipan cake. So I looked everywhere, high and low, to try and find marzipan so that I could see what this cake would taste like. And when I had it, I was so disappointed because I was expecting something completely different, and you guys know how obsessed I am with food. So I had built it up in my head so much, and then when I tried it, I was like, it's just kind of okay. We got some cookies. These are my favorite. I make them every year. They're the Pillsbury sugar cookies. And then we got some gingerbread cutout cookies from Pillsbury, and then Christmas tree cookies from Pillsbury. I got some hydrogen peroxide because I spilt coffee on my sofa. I'm hoping it's gonna take it out without having to wash the whole sofa. My friend commented on my last video and said I need to try this Diana sauce gourmet rib and chicken barbecue sauce, and I'm very excited to try this because I had mentioned that the Bullseye, I think it is, sticky barbecue sauce is my favorite. I got some milk because I started drinking espresso again lately at home just to give me a boost in the morning. I also love using the little frother thingy that came with the espresso because it makes really nice lattes. And this is what I'm really excited for. So I'm a little sad. We usually get all kinds of different popcorn treats and stuff like that, and just treats in general from Trader Joe's this time of year, but we obviously can't do that this year. So I was excited to see that they had some fun Christmas treats at Save-On. So we got this Boom Chicka Pop white chocolatey and peppermint flavored drizzle kettle corn. This sounds really good. I'm not someone who likes white chocolate. My sister and I kind of had a traumatizing experience with it, so we both hate it, but I'm hoping that the peppermint will kind of overpower the white chocolate and it won't taste too bad. And then we got this seasonal favorite Sweet Chaos handmade kettle corn peppermint crunch drizzled with sweet, white, and dark icing. I don't know what brand this is. Seasonal favorite. It looks like this. Oh, I don't know if I showed the Boom Chicka. Those two. The Boom Chicka is significantly smaller inside. It feels very light. And then we got this Sweet Chaos handmade kettle corn iced gingerbread drizzled with sweet white frosting. And I'm really excited to try this one and also the peppermint crunch because I love peppermint and chocolate together. It's such a good combo. We're gonna start with dinner. So there's dinner, Monte Cristo, broccoli cheddar soup with some creme fraiche. Sebastian and I are gonna have this now, and I will let you know after if it turned out okay. So it's the next day now. I ended up having kind of a crappy night last night, so I didn't continue filming. I'm just at Starbucks waiting for Sebastian to grab our drinks. I think the last thing I vlogged about was dinner, and I was gonna let you guys know how it tasted because I've never used turkey on a Monte Cristo before. The turkey was good. It did taste kind of like ham because it had like this smoked kind of mapley taste, but I think I'm just so used to having it with just cheese that I actually prefer it. But I'm thinking I want to make some potato leek soup. I used to get it from Tim Hortons all the time. I kind of came up with my own recipe for how to make potato leek soup that is similar to the way that they have it at Tim Hortons. A lot of the recipes actually call to blend the potato, which I don't actually like. I like having little chunks, kind of like if you're having a clam chowder or something. That's how I make mine. I'm going to try to attempt to make it in the Instant Pot so that it cooks the potatoes faster, because that's always the longest part, is waiting for the potatoes to get soft. I love soup. I'm such a soupy person, especially during the colder months. There's nothing more comforting. I've never made it in the Instant Pot before, but I do want to attempt it and see how it turns out. And if it doesn't turn out great, then I'll just tell you guys how I usually make it over the stove. Okay, so I'm back home now. Got this stuff for my potato leek soup. What I love about this soup is that you pretty much don't really need to buy anything for it. You just need potatoes, leeks, and milk. So it's very, very simple. The rest of the stuff you probably already have at home, like butter, salt, water. I'm going to peel some russet potatoes. Russet potatoes I feel like are the best for potato leek soup. So I'm going to peel these. I need about 6 cups-ish. I like a lot of potatoes in my potato leek soup. So I have 6 potatoes that I've cleaned already. There are my potatoes. I'm going to let them sit in some water because they have a lot of starch on them, and then the starch makes them go pink and kind of clouds the water. So for the leek, I use about 1 pound of leek ends, give or take. Usually I just grab 3 of these stalks, and I know that that's about the amount I need. It doesn't need to be too precise, but I wouldn't go less than 1 pound because then you don't really get that leek flavor. I'm going to remove the tops of these, chop them up, and then rinse them. Actually, these ones look pretty clean, but sometimes the bottoms are completely like covered, so I like to wash them after I'm done cutting them versus washing them beforehand, just to make sure there's none of that dirt in there. Are my leeks, and I was actually able to just clean the outside because the bottoms looked pretty clean. I didn't see any dirt, so I think I'm good. I don't have to worry about having to clean these again. But what I typically do is I rinse them and then I put them into a salad spinner, and then that gets rid of any of the extra water. I'm going to cook the leeks actually over the stove. I know you can saute in the Instant Pot, but because I want these to be really tender, I don't want them to brown at all. I'm gonna cook them over the stove and then put them into the Instant Pot. I have sauteed other things in the Instant Pot before, and what I found was that it did brown pretty quickly. So that's why I'm going to start this on the stove and then transfer it over. Okay, so the leeks are done. Don't mind my little shoebox tripod over here. It took about 20 minutes for them to wilt down, and the fastest way to do that is just honestly by adding salt. I added about 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Sounds like a lot, but I don't actually use any packaged broth or anything for the soup itself. I just use water, so I will actually need to add more salt on top of that, and I feel like that tastes the best because then you get the full flavor of the leeks. I've done it with vegetable stock before, and I felt like it was overwhelming and I missed the delicate flavors of the leek and the potato. All right, I'm going to add the leeks to the Instant Pot. kind of challenging to do with one hand. This is a lot easier when I have Sebastian's help, but he's taking a nap right now, so I don't have his assistance. But what I love about this soup is that you can also have it with minimal milk or without any milk, and it still tastes really good. And it's also a great base for other soups. Okay, potatoes are going in. And something I consider essential is adding a cheese rind. So I add the ends of Parmesan to soup bases and other sauces and stuff, and it adds so much flavor. So I changed my mind. This has a slow cook function, and because I'm adding the Parmesan cheese rinds, I think I might cook it on the slow setting because I want the most flavor out of those rinds. So I'm just adding 6 cups of water to cover. I'm going to click the slow cook setting and then temperature high. I'm gonna do 5 hours. I'm gonna try with 5 to see how that goes. I'm going to set it to vent and then start it. So it's a little later now. There's 2 hours left on my soup. So Sebastian and I are going to make nachos for tonight. And it's kind of funny because I wasn't planning on having nachos tonight. I actually wanted soup, but we've been having nachos pretty much every Friday for the last month. It's nice to have, especially if you're watching a movie or something. We're just making it quickly because we don't have really anything else to make for dinner. This is my secret to the best nachos. If you live in Canada, you can get this at Safeway, and it is the absolute best to sprinkle on your nachos. No other Cajun seasoning tastes as good as this. It doesn't taste like typical Cajun seasoning. I definitely recommend giving it a shot. So the soup just went off. I'm gonna be honest, my house smells a little bit weird. It kind of reminds me, I don't know where these memories came from, but it reminds me of going into a grandparent's house when they were making something with cabbage. It has a strong smell. So I'm hoping that that's not going to indicate that it doesn't taste good. Actually, it smells okay once it's open. So I have to add salt. I don't know why it smells like cabbage. I guess I should take out the rinds. For this soup, I like to use whole milk. It makes it taste a little bit creamier. And normally I would do this while it was still on the heat. I wonder if I should turn this on. I don't really know how to use the pressure cooker that well. Oh crap, I spilled. But I'm definitely gonna need to add more salt after this too. Okay. Can I give you a little bit of soup and you can tell me how it tastes? Okay, because we need the verdict. You need to tell me if it's as good as when I make it over the stove. Oh, actually that is pretty good. I do really like the whole concept of setting it and forgetting it though, after you've got the potatoes in there, rather than having to sit and watch the soup to make sure that it's not boiling over, making sure that you stir it. I feel like it's less creamy than it normally is, and that might be because less of the water evaporates. So maybe I, in the future, would adjust how much water. Although, like I said, it does taste good even if you just have water and you don't have milk in there, because the leek makes the broth taste really nice. A little bit more, it looks more watery than it normally does, hey?
It does. I like it when it's a little bit thicker.
Yeah, I think because I would have to modify it a bit to make it in the slow cooker or pressure cooker. I think usually it thickens up when you have it on the stove and you have it open and the water reduces. What do you think?
It's really good though.
You like it?
Yeah, I like how you spiced it. It's
The pepper?
I like the flavor, but I like it a little bit thicker usually.
All right, verdict is, I think it just needs tweaking. That's my recipe for my potato leek soup, and typically it is amazing. I love it. You can also add cream if you want to make it creamier, but I feel like the base itself is like just super easy. I mean, you can't go wrong with potatoes and leek, water. Add Parmesan rind if you want extra flavor, and then just season it to taste as you go along. I did want to try the Instant Pot because we have it and we haven't really used it that much, and I thought that would be a good use for it. And I do actually really like the way the potatoes taste. Normally they take so long. I like them when they're really tender and soft, and I feel like it takes a long time to get to that point. Well, anyways, that's gonna be it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this fail of a soup tutorial.
I did.
You did. We're trying to get everything ready so that we will have good content for December and Vlogmas during the Christmas season. So that's why we haven't been as active. We're trying to make some progress on my DIY videos so that I'm not stressing about that because, and I was saying this to Sebastian, it's not like I think I have to do any of these things or I have to post these vlogs. It's that I really enjoy posting these videos. I really enjoy making DIY videos and stuff. So the stress is not so much about the fact that I feel like I have to do these things. It's more that I really want to do them, and if I don't do them by a certain time, I get stressed out because I feel like I'm letting myself down, if that makes sense. We will be posting more frequently soon. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.
Bye guys.
𝐂𝐿𝐌𝐿𝐄𝐍𝐓